going on, all? Welcome in. Hope everybody's good. We're gonna rock and roll here. Let's get our other thing situated here. And, all right. We are sitting at Tripoli. What do we call this airport? It's, I think it's Milana or I forget what the heck it is. But we're sitting over here in Tripoli. I flew down here the other day, or the other night, in the A300. We are now flying for MNG Airlines, or MNG Cargo. It's a Turkish airport or it's a Turkish airline based out of Istanbul, flying the A300, which is the same plane we flew in for European Air Cargo, and that we flew for UPS the other day. So yeah, I decided to switch it up to fly into some different airports of different countries, and lo and behold, they had me they sent me right away. They sent me to Libya. So we're sitting here in Tripoli. We are getting ready to get fired up. We got the APU is on. We are going to get this plane ready to rock and roll, and we are got to push back time in about a half hour, and we're going to get the plane going and get ready to go. How's everybody doing? How's the weekend? How's everybody's weekend going? Just adjust some stuff. We got a couple of new things going on today, so I just want to make sure that everything is situated the way I want it. And I think we are okay. All right, let's run through our checklist here real quick. We'll get ourselves good to go. Batteries I've already turned on. We're on external power. The APU is on and available. Let's go over here. We'll pull in our flight plan. And we are going to go ahead and have these guys start loading us up right away. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. We are, I was at down at my parents' yesterday. What's up, Maddie? Welcome in, man. We're going to go ahead and request refueling. And we are going to go ahead and have them board us. So go ahead and request boarding. They're going to go ahead and start loading up our cargo. What I don't want to do is be waiting on that. So, that's what, gonna bang that out quickly. Welcome in, everyone. So yeah, we are, so we got our APU is on. I'm gonna go ahead and shut our ground power off. And we will run on APU until we get out of here. Let's get rid of those covers. Let's get rid of the GPU. I'm going to let these guys open up the doors on the... You know what? I'm going to do it so we don't get the... I don't forget about it. So I don't forget about it. All right, all right. No, don't attach the tug. Alright, APU bleeds on. External power is off. We need to IRS align. Let's get our plane so it knows where it's at in the world. That's set. Come back down here and get our passenger signs on. Those are good. Let's get our galley on so we can get our coffee made. We already have our travel cup. What's up, Busty? How are you, man? Welcome in. And these will not stay up, but we will get these all flipped up. These two will flip down because we're not IRS aligned. Exterior lights, we did strobe to auto. And our nav and logo lights up. Beacon is off. Let's get our cockpit voice recorder on. We'll go ahead and turn on our crew oxygen supply because breathing is always nice. over here, we will get our fuel pumps on. Fuel pumps are up. Vent panel's good. Probe heat on. Window heaters on. And our emergency exit lights are good to go. Welcome in all. Welcome in. Alright, let's get down to our MCDU. Get our flight plan in. I've been having some issues with the flight plans in this plane, guys. When I'm flying into Istanbul, and it was it's given me basically that the approaches into Istanbul are completely whacked, and like in a different hemisphere. It's telling me that I'm 2,500 miles away from our approach fixes. So hopefully we don't have the same. We're going to find out here very quickly if that's the case. And if that is the case, we're just going to have to fly our we won't be flying an approach into Istanbul. But I had that problem twice on the approach and the departure into Istanbul. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it works out, and I think I got a workaround. I think I have a workaround regardless. So that's what we have going on right now. So we're leaving out of HLLM, which is Tripoli Airport. The name is Midiga International. It's right on the northern border of Africa and Libya. So not anywhere that I would visit myself, but we're here on a cargo aircraft, so that's the nice thing about all this stuff. So, did I mean to have myself in two different windows? No, in the vertical stream. What are you talking about, Maddie? Hello, Eli. Am I frozen over there? The vertical stream shows two different windows, Maddie? You're in the gameplay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. I've been the ATOM actually updated the other day, and let me look. Yeah, ATOM updated the other day, and it might have messed up the resolution for me, but we'll see. It shows you on twice? Really? Well, right now my computer's running so slow because I'm also rendering a, yeah, we're gonna have to kill this other stream. I don't think that is going to, that's gonna work over there. Wyatt. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to unscrew something here. Yeah, that's weird. Why? I don't understand that at all. Yeah, the vertical stream should not 100% should not be looking like that. Eric Flight, what's going on? Thanks for the follow over on the K word. How are you? Welcome in. Kitten, what's going on? Let me see if I can fix this on the fly, guys. I have no idea why that vertical output would be like that. That's not the way it's supposed to be. is funny. It is supposed to be a full, like, the full, that's hilarious. I don't know that I'm going to be able to fix that right now. We might have to run with it, guys. May have to run with it. You know what? I could do this. It's just going to be mismatched in the. Nope, can't do that. Let me get this. Should be. Wrong one, that's why. There we go. I'm going to get cute with it for now until I get this resolution fixed. But yeah, that's what we got for now. All right, cool. Other than that, I don't know why the vertical stream is showing up. It should be a that should be a complete should be good. I don't understand why that switched and it changed to that, but we're going to make it work. Anyway, so I gotta doctor up a doctor up a couple things. What I was trying to do was stream to I was trying to stream to another place as well, but it's going to have to wait. So anyway, we are so guys, those of you who are watching the those of you who are watching the horizontal or the vertical side of things, is it a full screen, or is it a full screen, or is it is it look like a horizontal stream with a vertical in the middle of it? Because it's not supposed to look like that. I don't know why it reverted back to that, but we will have to. I'll have to doctor that up off stream. That's why I did a test stream. This is kind of like a test stream for me today. So. That's what we got going on. Right now we're just back to streaming where we normally were, and we'll fix that later. So just pretend I'm not here. At the top of the title card is the gameplay. Bottom is you and the camera visible. Okay, gotcha. Did I fix it now? It should be fixed now, right, Maddie? Hello, Hawks girl. Kit, welcome in. All right, and then all right. So we just got aligned here. Let's get our back on track, or we're not going to ever get out of here. We're going to be out on the Loom 2D, out of runway 10, and let's see how this goes. Hopefully, it works better than it did before. Let's insert it. So. All right, that departure went in just fine. So let's scroll up here to our arrival, and this is where things got wonky. So LTFM right here, that's Istanbul Airport. So I'm going to go ahead and put in our arrival, our star. We're going to be coming into ILS 35 right. It's just ILS Zulu Arnav. Actually, I have it Arnav. Arnav Zulu 35 right. So we're going to see if the Arnav is any better. And then we're coming in on the Dramo. Dram. I don't even see that one. Yeah, this was the issue that I had before. It's like the arrival wasn't even in the star. So RNAV Zulu 35 right. DRAM1A. Okay. I wrote it wrong. Who dat? Yeah. Good deal, Matt. Thanks. Thank you. Eric Flight. Welcome again. Where'd you come in this time? Oh, you came in on the red site. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for coming over, Eric. Appreciate you. DRAM1A. Okay, got it. Now let's see if this actually does do it the right way or not. Because the last time I did this, when I flew down to Tripoli, actually when I flew from Leipzig to Istanbul, it didn't work, and then when I flew out, it also did not work. But here, yeah, see, it's stacking these waypoints. These waypoints are, for this, whatever reason, these waypoints are, it's coming from Dramo, and then it's sending us down, and this next waypoint is literally about 4,000 miles away. So the waypoints are for Istanbul are definitely jacked, at least in this plane. So not really 100% sure what's going on with these waypoints here, but it's not. I think the arrivals for Istanbul are jacked. So I'm going to take out all of those, and I'm just going to delete them, and we're just going to go direct to Emrim or whatever it was, and that is going to be that's going to be our arrival. So they do have some pretty wonky arrivals into Istanbul. There's a ton of waypoints that you fly around for whatever reason. I'm not sure. I'm sure they have a reason, and it's just a bunch of FM 734, 735, 736, and it just keeps counting up. But for whatever reason, those waypoints are clear across the continent, so yeah, we're just going to go direct from Agbit. But see, it still throws it in there. It keeps. It's even got Imran completely across the world. All of the approaches that's what I'm seeing. All of the approaches are completely jacked there, but I don't think it's part of an airway. It's, if you look at it, I mean, would you look at it? When you have it set up, so if I do this web overlay and show you guys it's odd. I don't understand. Like all of the ILS approaches, everything, and I had the same problem. I ended up having to land in Istanbul on a. I had to land in Istanbul with 400 feet down to 400 feet minimums. I basically had to do a visual approach to land in Istanbul when I was there, and I really would rather not do that again. But hang on, there's Discord. Let's push this back to web, and then web, I want to capture my navigraph. There we go. And then Maddie just posted a picture of what Discord looks like, or what the vertical. Yeah, it's a little offset, but it's weird. All right, well, I'll get it fixed up. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you looking at getting that squared away. But yeah, so this is and then you come down here, and none of these RNAV approaches work. Like, this is the arrival. So Agbet, maybe Agbet. If I delete Agbet, maybe that'll do it. Agbet is an arrival waypoint. So let's dump Agbet first. But Agbet shows right there. But if you look, like all of these RNAV, I think they have it, like there's probably an approach with these waypoints elsewhere, but it's just so weird. Like I don't understand. Dramo and Agbit. So after Agbit, these are supposed to be. I'm almost positive this Imrim. It's got it as an. This is a separate arrival. What's up, Trauma? What's going on, Nate? Welcome in. How are you guys? Just trying to figure out a couple of hiccups here coming into Istanbul. I won't be flying for this airline very long. I came into Istanbul. It's fun. It's a good, good spot. But these flights are very, very long. Yeah, Imran, Ikpu, or whatever. So if I go LTFM 35 right on the Imran, if I take that star and I just take this one out, I make it none. And then I'm going to take this out and make it none. And I'll try to insert that. It still shows that it's pushing me past. It's so weird. So I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna go direct, I guess, right to the airport, I suppose. But yeah, just a very odd thing, and I really have not seen that yet. I haven't seen that anywhere. So we'll just go out of Loom 2D, and it's the same thing for all of the the ILS approaches, everything. Like all of the approaches are just wacky as hell. So drama, and then you just go right there. But if I click on this and then I go to the star, I'm going to just select none, and then I'm going to just try and shoot for an RNAV, or not. Now they won't even load those. So now I can't select any RNAVs. This is wacky, man. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I've never had a problem with it at all. So runway 18. This is the first time I've ever had an issue with it. I can't put on 1718. Let's try ILS 34 left. Now it's not allowed. So it's telling you need to select a star. Zulu 35. Now it's saying I can't select anything. This is some funny stuff. So I'm assuming, you know what? Let's try that. I might have to just fly a pattern, like literally just fly a traffic pattern to get in here. I think that's what I'm going to have set up right now, because I'm not going to jack with this too much anymore. We got plenty of flying to do anyway. We got plenty of flying to mess with it. Hopefully we can make it work. All right, init page. I think our fuel should be here by now. We've jacked around long enough. We are planned for 44.4. We have 44.2. Let's do our second init page. Block fuel, 0 fuel weight. What's up, Lifes? What's going on? Block fuel weight. We are, where am I? 273.2. And 0 fuel CG, 32.7. Oh, 30.6. All right, that's in. The nip page is done. Let's go ahead and get our wind. What is going on, everybody? Well, I tried to stream on the on another page today, on another spot today, and it didn't really work out. So we're gonna go ahead and we had to kill that stream. We'll work on that later on, and hopefully we can get back and take a look at that at a later time. But that is the gist of my encoder was not encoding it right, and then it also has jacked up our vertical stream as well. But either way, we're going to continue. All's well. All right, flight plan's done. Let's go ahead and get our takeoff and approach, or at least our takeoff plan in here. Are they loading us here, or are they done? They're already done. I'm over. No, they're waiting on me to open the damn doors. That's what they're waiting on. Glad I realized that. Thought I did this already, so I didn't forget it. Come on, guy. Get us loaded up. There we go. I'm all scattered today, guys. I'm all scattered. All right, we're leaving on runway 10. Sync that up. Flaps 15. I don't think we need a force toga. Thank you. Let me get rid of that. Nope, not that. Not that. There we go. 157, 163, 166. Good news is our IRS is aligned. Constraints on. These can now flip up and stay up. And what did I say it was? 166. Reset. Wait a minute. It's supposed to be presetting. This update might have jacked a few things up. I'm not. Or maybe it's the livery. I've never flown this. I flew this livery 2 other times, and I've had issues on both flights. So I'm going to go ahead and call for clearance here in a second. V1, V2, that's all good. This checklist is done. Let's go our glare shield panel. DOR to ILS. That's set. DH should be -5 and off. Alt select. Yeah, I'm going to call for clearance. We'll call Tripoli. See what they're up to. .9. That is ground. Tower 126.3. It looks like both of those are going to handle our requests. They'll probably give us a departure frequency here. Mitica ground. Mongol 921 requesting IFR clearance to Istanbul. Ready to write. Still ready to write.
Mongol Unit 21, information delta is current. Clear to Istanbul via the Lum 2 Delta departure, NF file. Departure runway 10. Initial climb to 3000. Departure on 124.0. Squawk 4434.
Alright, information Delta is on board. Cleared to Istanbul via the Lum 2 Delta departure, then is filed. Departure runway is 10. Climb and maintain 3000. Departure frequency 124.0 and squawk 4434 from Mongol 921. 4434. 124.0 is departure. About 3 hours life. We're doing one flight. We're going from Tripoli, Libya, up to Istanbul, Turkey, and that's what we got going on today. This was going to be a test flight for my horizontal layout, my horizontal stream, and I was trying to stream on a third platform. That third platform, because of the way they have their studio set up, and it's very, very tough to stream to there. Given my current configuration, so it's unfortunately that might not work out at all, but we'll see. All right, we're out on the Mongol 2. Let's take a look at those. We don't really have a speed restriction. We're going to be going out on an RNAV path, so we're good on that. 3000's in the glare shield. Istanbul. Runway 35. You know what? I'm not even going to put that stuff in yet because we do not have it. So our flex, I believe, is 53. I'm going to double check that. It is 53. That's in. Take that off. Let's get our departure information. Is 10:15 is the QNH. That's set. Standby eddies uncaged, flaps and slats. Landing elevation we'll worry about when we get up in the air. Alright, I think we're good. And the good thing is well, we're not good because we're not loaded yet. They're still loading us. What are you up to today, Lights? Yeah, I gotta figure out what the heck happened to my vertical layout. The vertical layout is jacked. It should not be. Set up like it is. It's funny. That's funny. It went into a horizontal style, and I don't really understand why. And I believe we're actually almost loaded up. What a silly start. Yeah, like I said, I haven't had any issues with this thing flying into any other airports. We flew around in the A300, to several different countries in Europe and did not have a problem. But the second that I started to fly into or out of Istanbul, and I don't know if it's because, that in the sim, those waypoints and arrivals are jacked, or if it's something that I did. Maddie, I'm all right. I saw your picture. I'm good. I mean, I can see what the vertical layout looks like. It's all right. I mean, I'm looking at the preview here. I can see the preview area. it's a horizontal stream for some reason, and I'm not 100% sure why. It's just a vertical. It's a vertical layout in a horizontal stream, which is not going to work for anything really. It's just I actually could probably shut it down. If I go to my, I actually want to look at it on my phone and see what it looks like on my phone. Life's still on vacation in Denmark. Today you're in the city Aarhus. Tomorrow Copenhagen. Nice, Life's. That sounds great, man. That sounds like a... Let me take a look and see what it looks like on my phone. Because honestly, if it's a horizontal stream and a vertical layout on the phone, it makes no sense to even have it going. Live, and we have 4. Yeah, that's a horizontal. That's the same string. It's a... That's a horizontal stream. I don't know why that. I don't know why that's doing that. All right, we're gonna kill the vertical stream over there, and I will have to worry about. I've been jacking with my. I've been messing with my settings, guys, trying to get the vertical stream looking a little bit better and more professional. So that's the gist of what has gone down and why I've been trying to, because the vertical stream on YouTube, you're certainly you get many more. You reach a lot of people on the vertical stream, so that's why I wanted to do it. But if it's just one more horizontal stream, it makes 0 sense at all to keep it going. So it's just a separate thing. So everything nav related is janky. Yeah, but that's the thing. It definitely updated to a different ARIC. But the yeah, and I don't know if things didn't quite catch the updates or what, but I have all my Navigraph updated. I have everything updated, so I'm really I don't know. I mean, we'll figure it out. It's always buggy anyway. All right, let's close these doors. Let's have GSX prepare for pushback and departure. We are already a little later than what I wanted to be. What in the hell is that? Okay, interesting.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Alright, they're good to go. Go ahead and arm the doors. Remove the chocks. Let's pop up here. Doors are armed. Beacon light on. Let's not forget that. Mythica ground.
Departure checks completed.
Mongol
5
Niner
have been
21
inserted.
is requesting startup. Startup approved for Mongol Niner 21. All right, let's get our APU bleed on. Go ahead and get our crank over to A. Got all that set. I'm going to let these guys push us back about 4 feet, and then we're going to let them go, and we'll be out of here. Straight pull, push back. I think just pull us forward.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Should be going forward. Nice. You know what I didn't do? I did not start our traffic injection. Boop. Start. And begin. We got a quick taxi out, so I'm going to start both engines here in a second, as soon as we get motored. Gotta find some place where I don't knock my coffee over. Feels so kerbobbled, man. I have not, like, I haven't streamed in a couple of days, but it hasn't been like weeks. I don't know what the hell. All right, APU's on. Overhead panel, no white lights. Passenger signs are on. Fuel pumps are all on. Fuel quantity's good. Parking brake is off.
Please set parking brake.
Parking brake is set. Let's fire up this engine number 2.
Unlocking gear.
Will you dare promise a butter landing? I cannot promise you that in Istanbul, especially with no approach. The last approach I flew in Istanbul, I had, like I said, no RNAV, no ILS. I had 400 feet. I was down to minimums. I basically flew the RNAV in by hand, and then it was a stutter fest when I finally did get there. It was an absolute clown show, but my landing was absolutely terrible and way long. I'm actually shocked that I did not crash, but I didn't, and so things were. I'm just glad it worked out the way it did. All right, now preset is working. I don't know why it did not before, but 166 is our preset. There we go. Now we'll go 210. Make sure I can make it 225 probably. 225. It's good to go. Engine number 1 is good to go. Let's get engine 2 going. Chunky peanut butter landing is about right, yeah. I will say I hand flew this. This was when I landed in Tripoli the other night, off stream. Of course it was off stream. I did a visual approach from about 10 miles out from the approach turn. I did a visual approach from the time the airport came into view, and I actually landed and got a 210 rating right on the marker. So we can actually look at both of those. We got plenty of time to be looking at things while we're in the air today. This flight is probably airtime wise. This flight is 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we got plenty of time to be yapping and doing our thing. That's what kind of why I wanted to get out of here. I wasn't going to mess with stream stuff today. I can try to jack with that off stream. I don't need to mess with that while we're sitting here yapping. So, all right, second engine's going. Let's go ahead and take this off. Let's get ourselves configured. That was 0.1 down, if I remember right. We'll go over here and double check that. For takeoff, 0.1 down. That's all set. We have our takeoff configuration is all set in there. We'll go ahead and put our secondary flight plan. Copy that. Our init page is done. That was the other thing I did the other day. I took off without doing my init 2 page. That was brutal. Let's double check our doors. Doors are locked. Engine. All right, APU can come off. Bleed off. Cranks can come off. Off. Taxi light can come up. Runway turn off lights can come on. That compass can come down. I love having that thing down. Just leave it. Alright, I think we're ready. Mitica ground. Mongol 9er 21 requested taxi.
Leader 21, taxi to runway 10 via Delta Alpha.
Taxi to runway 10 via Delta and Alpha for Mongol 921. No TCAS until I get to the runway. That's the takeoff takeoff checklist. You know what, guys? Real quick here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna hit the restroom real fast before we go. Otherwise, it's gonna be 20 minutes. It's gonna be a mess. Be right back. Let's go. There are no lines at this airport at all, but we're going that way? No, we're going down this way to our runway, which is essentially right down here, and then we take a quick right and a quick left, and we're out of here. So the lines are, I don't know what the heck the lines are doing around here, but they don't make any sense whatsoever. Essentially on Navigraph right now, we're taxiing right down the center between several branch where they park planes, but none of that is visible in here, so I don't know what the hell. I'm trying to follow it as best as I can here. Yeah, they got some cross markers here for parking GA aircraft and things like that, like the T markers, but I don't, there's like hardly any lines for navigation on the ground. If I never come back to Tripoli, I landed in Libya, I'm good. If I never come back to Tripoli, I'm fine with that. We came, we saw. I got the country in the Volanta. I got the country in Levitek. Well, no, not Levitek, but I got the country in the tracking things, FS Hub and all that. We came to do what we did. We did it, and now we're leaving. Towers, our next frequency, our departure frequency is set up on COM 2. Our altitude in there, heading is 010 for our runway. Yes. Hi. How are you? I'm good. Getting ready to take off. What are you up to? Pulled pork can be warmed up for about a minute and a half. That's what you're having for breakfast? Nice work. Yeah, regular bowl with a napkin over the top. Love it. My daughter. Told her she had to fend for herself. You're on your own, kid. All right, we're almost out of here. Runway's right on the other side of these trees. I don't know if these trees actually exist in real life, but that is crazy to me that they just cut these taxiways out of these trees and throw an airport in the middle of it. It's funny. Never see this in the States. They cut down every tree within a 100 nautical mile radius. I would say never. Any of the airports I've been to, very, very rare to see a tree anywhere near the airport. All right, strobes will come on. Taxi light, I'm gonna leave that set there. Now our transponder can come on, and our
Mongol Minor 21, contact tower on 126.3. Have a good afternoon.
right over to tower 126.3. Have a good day. Thank you. Mitiga Tower, Mongol 9021, holding short runway 10, ready for takeoff.
Mongol Niner 21 Heavy, Mitiga Tower, runway 10, wind 075 at 20, clear for takeoff.
20? All right, clear for takeoff, Mongol 9021. Winds at 20? Holy crap. Yes, kiddo. I mean, you can go, I mean, whatever's good for you, but a minute and a half is usually what I do. All right? It's up to you, though. All right, nose wheel to take off. We got all that set. Good to go. Trains on the ND. Flaps are good. Spoilers are armed. Speed brake to max. TCAS set to TARA. Weather radar's on. We good. Why do I insist on not flying newer planes? I don't not fly. I mean, I fly the Phoenix A320. I mean, I actually just downloaded the 787 Dreamliner and got that squared away on Doozy's recommendation the other day. I got to learn that plane yet, though. I also have flown the A380. I don't have the A350. But when the 737 MAX comes out for 2024, or I'm actually considering the 777, the 777 freighter when it comes out too. So it's not that I dislike flying the newer planes at all. It really is a matter of keeping this series continuity in the A300. I'm flying cargo aircraft in this series right now, so I try to keep the series intact by doing those. That's kind of how I operate. I kind of keep everything in a playlist. I want to do, I try to have like a linear series going on. That's typically what I do. All right, 40%. Brakes off. $80 knots, thrust set. Probably gonna have to be on the rudder here pretty good. 100 knots. And rotate. Hard right rudder here to keep it. Ready to climb, gear up. 10 to 12 degree pitch. First flaps up. Flaps clean. Takeoff light off. Spoilers disarmed.
Mongol Niner 21, contact departure.
Over to departure. for Mongol 9021. And I think I made...
Mongol 9021, Rogers.
There we go. Now we're getting speed. Tripoli departure, Mongol 9021, climbing through 2,900 for 3,000.
Mongol 9021 Heavy. Tripoli departure, radar contact. Cleared direct Derka. Climb flight level 200.
Climb flight level 200 from Mongol 9021, clear direct Derka. Alright, let's go to climb. Auto. Profile. That should spool up our engines. There we go. And clear direct Derka, which is where we are going right now, so I'm not going to go clear direct anywhere. We're already headed that way. Alright, we're out of here, guys. It is time for chill. Alright, 5,500. That's it. Actually, my takeoffs are getting much more smooth now that I figured out how to do it. Most efficiently, anyway. Out over the Mediterranean Sea already.
Mongol 9021, climb, flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250 from Mongol 9021. Made it up. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Mongol 9021, climbing to flight level 250.
I'm hoping for as smooth of an approach as there was a takeoff here, so. Alright. Strobes are on. All good there. Terrain can come off the ND. We're all clean. We're good. Very good, Hawks girl. Enjoy studying. We are done with both of these checklists. We can kick this out so we can see what the heck is going on. And we are on a 900 and something mile journey. So our flight path takes us out just to the south of Italy. We're going to be over Greece. We're essentially going just to the south of Kerkyra, Greece. We fly over the top of Greece, pretty much right over northern Greece, and then we'll be coming in right over Greece, the Galapagos Islands, and then over south of Belgrade, I think it is. Is that Belgrade there? No, that's all Greece still. Wow. And then right over to Turkey. So
Mongol 921, climb flight level 300.
Flight level 300 for Mongol 9021. So like I said, yeah, I must be headed to some valley. 900 and something. Yeah, right. Using your tactics is right. And then it's just going to get silly because the arrival doesn't work, and we're going to have to figure out what the heck is going on with the approach. So hopefully I can get a visual and just land visually at this place. That's what I would like to do, because all of the ILS waypoints and things like that, the ILS and the RNAV waypoints are not corresponding with what's in Navigraph for some reason with this plane. So that's the gist. My head's cut off here. What the hell? A white horse. All right. Let's take a look at these settings here. You know what it might be?
Mongol 921, climb flight level 330. Cruise trial 0.
Climbing flight level 330 Mongol 9021. $18,000. Gonna do a little work.
921, contact Tripoli control on 128.4.
Over to Tripoli control 128.4 from Mongol 9021. Tripoli control Mongol 9021 is climbing through flight level 190 for flight level 330. 33 is actually our cruising altitude, so we should not have to worry about that anymore.
Mongol 921, Tripoli control identified. Good afternoon.
Guys, there's a new beta out there. Levitex is another tracking program that just went into beta. It was actually invite only for a little while. It's actually a new thing. It just dropped, I think, last week, and basically it's much like Volanta, and you plug in your flights and it tracks it. You can put your planes in, like right here. I put in my planes. I put in all my planes actually, all the things that I fly, and it's just another tracking thing. They got a whole bunch of cool ideas and cool things that they're going to be doing, including achievements and things like that. But it's just one more spot to track your flights, much like Volanta. I'm using them both in conjunction right now. I have both of them running at the same time, and we are working on this flight right here, and this one, it does very similar stuff, but they both offer differing things. So I'm going to run them both side by side and see how it goes. But that's that. I have to do a couple of promo things here quick. And That's exactly why I held off on that, because we had some issues. And boom, should be good. I don't know what, yeah, that's weird. Maddie, thanks for sending that pic in Discord. I don't know why that was showing or why that reverted to a landscape horizontal feed. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, Navigraph is all updated. I don't know what else I can do here. .2504 cycle Rev 2, and if I go over here, it's 2504. That's the cycle that SimBrief is running off of. Not sure. Makes me think it's an A300 issue. What I would like to do is actually fly a different liveried A300 into Istanbul and see if I get the same results. I'm not 100% sure if that's would be the same or not. But again, Eric Flight. Chat window was laid out. Really? Okay, that's good to know, Maddie. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why it reverted like that. It's very odd. But we will figure it out. Like I said, I spent a couple days trying to figure out what the deal was, and try to get a stream set up, the vertical stream. I did this background and everything, trying to manage getting it all set up, and a little bit more professional looking instead of just wacky stuff. But we'll get it. Just takes a little time. Trial and error. Unfortunately, some streams are it is trial and error, and some of the stuff gets some of those streams get cut short. There's a lot of people that fly the A300. Eric Flight, thanks for the sub on, and thanks for the follow on the K word, and thanks for the subscription on the Y word. I gotta be careful what I say, otherwise I get shadow banned, so. Probably just saying that word is probably, vertical virtual camera, backtrack on, stream all vertical outputs. I'm going to see if that's actually in the settings area of the, but ATEM, it should actually be in the ATEM settings, to be honest, if it's anything. Main canvas. Twitch output settings, all good. Vertical canvas. The other thing too is I did put out, or ATEM put out, and I did update my ATEM multi-stream, which is the vertical encoder. I did do that, but you can on that platform, Lifes. But when you're saying other platforms on the other platforms, that's when their algorithms start suppressing you to feeds and things. So I try not to say, I try not to voice that. So, if I say the T word on the red site, that's why I say red site, purple site, green site. If I say the various platforms on the other sites, because I multi-stream to several different places, you start yapping about the other platforms, they tend to suppress you because they think that you're trying to drive traffic to other platforms. In reality, I'm just trying to maximize my stream time. I don't care who watches me where, but that's one of the little quirks that you learn as the days go on. Oh God. It's not so much. It's actually more the red site that does that. It's not so much the purple site that does that, but it's definitely the red site does that. So, vertical encoder, vertical stream, my in-game. Well, it does if you're wanting to keep people on your platform. That's the one thing. That's why it makes sense, is because they don't want people leaving, because it's a better experience to watch it elsewhere and have the same stream. And they want all streamers to be exclusive. Every platform wants streamers to be exclusive to them and not multi-stream. Did you know that the purple site actually has a rule? That's why I don't integrate my chat. I don't put my chats from all of the platforms on the screen, because those platforms detect those overlays and they will suppress you. So it's called monopoly. You can't advertise that you're somewhere else giving people. Yeah, exactly, Maddie.
Mongol 921 Tripoli control. Contact Malta control on 123.625.
Over to Malta control 123.625 or Mongol 921. Malta control, Mongol 921 is climbing through flight level 300 for flight level 330.
Mongol 921, Malta control identified. Good afternoon.
In game. The only thing I can. No, that's not it, because. Show on main canvas, no. No filters. In general, I don't have any filters at all. Voice, anything. The only thing that I can think of that wouldn't really make a ton of sense is that, no, it really wouldn't. The vertical stream on the red site got reverted to a horizontal stream key. I'm going to look at that. I once watched the Whatever podcast, and they do a stream on that, and they say the words on stream and even show the feed of the stream from the other platform. That would get them in trouble if they were caught doing that. That right there, you would lifes. If I mean, they could do whatever they want. I don't care. But if you are doing that and you're a partner on the other site, you're a partner. You absolutely could be. You absolutely could be in a violation of their TOS on both sides. That you could, I mean, they can do whatever they want. It's a matter of when they get caught. That's when it's going to be a problem. But like I said, it doesn't matter to me. I do this to protect myself. That's the thing. Is I read the rules. I know what rules I'm breaking when I break them, for the most part. And unfortunately, like everything in life, ignorance is not an excuse. They're going to ding you anyway. Their way of dinging you, is just to shut your channel down. Yeah, but they can do whatever they want. But the day they get whacked is they'll just shut your channel down, and then you have no channel, and then you fight to get it back. And their response is whatever. Like, they don't. It is what it is. That is my move. I just choose to protect myself. I make sure that and they also might have, being that they're that large, they may have an agreement with them, with that platform, saying that you can do that. Being that they're that large and they have that large of a community, they might have a contract with them. I do not. I have 4,500 subs on that channel, and I'm not taking any chances of having 6 years of work knocked off because the chats need to be integrated or whatever, or because I want to. It's just one of the things I've done to protect myself. Probably a little overprotective of my own self, but it's also problems I will never or should never have. Vertical encoder. Thank you, Maddie. Virtual cameras on. Oh God, I just jacked my whole layout over here. There we go. Oh yeah, I was checking that over. Lifes, if you're willing to, the horizontal one's the one that you're going to see the most on. But the reason why I have 2 on there is because when it is vertical, you catch more people on the shorts, you catch more people on the shorts side of things. So I have a horizontal running to catch the regular feed and the home page, and then normally I have a vertical running that catches the shorts, or the portrait phone mobile users, and it pushes out. It's statistically proven that it pushes out more to more people, and you get more viewers. I believe that you actually found us. I believe you found us on the mobile one, and then came over to the horizontal. I could be wrong on that, but several new people have come in because of the vertical stream. So one is horizontal and one is vertical, and that platform allows you to do that. So statistically, you reach about double the people by doing a vertical and a horizontal with 2 different streams on that site. another streamer trick that I learned in my research. I don't just do that. I don't just fire up games and like play it. I actually learned how the whole theory and science behind what statistics about how to grow a channel and all that stuff. I don't just fire up my I don't just fire up a game and you know, I actually am attempted to do this as a, you know, a profession. You ordered your t-shirt on the 14th, still haven't got it. You sent a message to Springtree asking what the delay is. Gotcha, Maddie. Teespring, right? That's the... Did it ship? That's what happened. I just figured it out, Maddie. Thank you very much for helping. I believe my stream key flipped it to a... Well, no, that would be an OBS. Found you on my feed just as normal video, but you were going live that time. Yeah. Gotcha. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, that is still the vertical. This is an OBS issue. That's what it is. It's and I don't think I'm going to be able to mess with it in this while I'm streaming. I haven't got an updated email since your order purchase confirmation. Gotcha. Well, as long as you have that confirmation number, you should be able to square that away. It's shouldn't be too much of an issue. You should get it. I can try to poke around a little bit on my side too. If you want to screenshot me your order confirmation, I'll do a little. That's way out of my hand, so that's through Teespring. That's why, you know, we use Teespring, is because essentially once you put in the order, it's out of our hands. We don't have to have any we have no skin in the game there. What's going on, everybody? Is anything going on this weekend? We are flying over the Mediterranean Sea right now. I believe we are. Actually, we just passed over. And we're passing to the west of Malta. Malta is right over there. You thought the title of the video was kind of misleading. Which one, Life's? Which title? This title? The title that I have right now? A Day in a Pilot's Life in Flight Sim 2024. I mean, what did you think you were going to get? That's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, it says in Flight Sim, but yeah, I mean, it says Flight Sim. My background in aviation is baggage handler and just aviation enthusiast flight sim. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting here saying that I'm a pilot. I've denounced that on many occasions. Imagine shipping something in this economy. Took a month for your old GPU and PSU to arrive in the U.S. from Germany, and now it's chilling 650 nautical miles from its destination. Yeah, 100%. That definitely happens. Yeah, it's certainly 100%. Depending on where you're shipping in the U.S., I mean, my sister has had things come to her or try to come to her house, and it's done like the round robin around the U.S. But you thought you were going to get a pilot? Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I think you've hung around a little bit more to know. Since then you've hung around. A pilot's life is this. That's the game or the career mode that I have. A pilot's life, and that's where that comes in. Obviously, YouTubers everywhere or content creators everywhere use little catchy titles to draw attention, and it worked. But I also, somebody comes in and asks what my background in aviation is, I tell them that I have hardly any. I was literally a baggage handler on the ramp, and then I've just been flight simming forever. And, and if at that point you choose to leave, that's cool. And if you choose to stay, we make, we chill and hang out and, we become part of the community. But, yeah, a pilot's life, I threw a day in, a pilot's life is the game. And then I made sure that everybody knew that it was in flight sim, and you weren't going to come here and see actual flying, me flying a plane. That's not going to happen. And it's at Chicago Airport. Well, it's supposed to be in Louisiana. Good job, DHL. Yeah. Yeah. Chicago is a big cargo hub, and then they probably disperse it from there. But you said it's been out a month? That's crazy. I also get a kick out of all of the real pilot, like when they YouTube. I that's what I did. I did a little play on the words of real pilot flies A300 whatever, and that's why my stream title today for the vertical stream was real firefighter flies Airbus. Pretends to fly. Real firefighter pretends to fly Airbus, and maybe that would have grabbed you a little bit better, or life, or maybe you wouldn't have shown up at all. I don't know. There are certainly plenty of real pilots out there that do flight sim, but the funny thing is they're flight simming just like I am, and I'm not a real pilot. They're pretending to fly too. Almost a month, 1st of April, give it to DHL and they charge $100. Wow. That's crazy. And it's still, you're 3 weeks out. How long did they say it was going to take? You're almost 4 weeks out now. Premium service. Yeah, exactly that. said it would take a week. I would get your money back. I would definitely get your money back, or try to. They said a week and they gave you a confirmation number and all that stuff. I would certainly be trying to get your money back, or do an insurance claim. You could probably press an insurance claim on that. Shipping with a charge for substantial aviation. What the hell? Yeah, that's. It was a power supply unit and a GPU, you said? Yeah, I'm telling you. Some of these people are crazy. That's nuts. It should be 2 hours 35 minutes ETE estimated time. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it should be about right, because it was a 2 hour and 19-minute flight. So yeah, that's probably about that's about real time. Yep. Yeah, it's the reason why this flight and this airline, this MNG airline that I am flying in a pilot's life, I have like 4 days right here. You have 4 days in this schedule. So I had a schedule. So it's
Mongol 921, multi-control, contact Brindisi radar on 128.3.
Over to Brindisi radar 128.3 for Mongol 921. Brindisi radar, Mongol 921 is maintaining flight level 330.
Mongol 921, Brindisi radar identified. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. But yeah, so basically what I was saying was this Tripoli to Istanbul. What I did was there was a Leipzig to Turkey that was a 2.5 hour flight. Then there was a Istanbul to Tripoli that was a 2.5 hour flight, almost 3. Now we're doing an 893 mile flight before the flight plan, Tripoli to Istanbul. And the next flight that I have is Istanbul to East Midlands, the UK. And that's 1,400 miles. So all of these flights for this airline are literally 2.5 to 3 hours long, and they are very non-streamer friendly. So I think I'm going to try, even if I have to go back to DHL and Leipzig, even if I have to go back to European Air Cargo on my next cycle, that's what I'm going to do. But I cannot take a job for another 4 days. So I'm going to run this schedule. I'm going to finish this schedule out. I'm going to do this flight. I wanted to stream today. I'll be here tomorrow for sure. We might end up doing some one-off UPS stuff or FedEx stuff tomorrow in the States. Very possible. But I will be here. I should be here tomorrow for a full day after I drop my daughter off at school. And then Tuesday I'll be here for a decent stream, probably 4 or 5 hours as well. But yeah, I don't know how much flying we'll be doing for Mongol because it's for MNB cargo, I think it is, because all of the flights are very, very extensive. So it's almost like getting in a, like everybody wants, in a pilot's life, everybody wants to do the long haul stuff, but that's not, like that doesn't, long hauls are, I'm not going to be sitting here for 9, 10, 12 hours doing a long haul flight more than maybe once a month. If I'm going to be doing a stream that's going to have long flights on it, it's, if I'm going to be doing a long stream, I want to be doing, 2 or 3 flights because, as much as I do enjoy yapping here, I do enjoy setting up the plane for landing and setting it up for taking off and flying into different airports and different sceneries. You can only do so much of this. Although some people, they make it work. So. Did CTP yesterday in the default 787, 6+ hours. Nice. Yeah, Doozy did a across the pond in a I forget what the heck he was flying yesterday. I think he was in the 777. I think he was in the 777, if I remember right. I forget what the heck he was flying in. But yeah, he was in the 777 on 2020, and he did 10 hours long haul. I'm just saying that that's not anything that I'm going to do. If I do it, it'll be one time or a couple times. It's certainly not going to be my main go-to. I would like to fly, regional routes, doing ups and downs and short hops, into several different airports, like I have in the past, like you guys have seen. That's what I choose to do. It's nice to sit here and chill every once in a while. But I think much past a 2 to 3 hour flight here, for me, much past a 2 to 3 hour flight. I don't know. I just I think if you find other things to do on stream and other things to entertain, I think it would be fine. I think it would be good. I just don't have that capacity right now. The other thing too for me is that I have a lot of other things going on in my life. So the fan looks like it identifies as shrunken. Really interesting. The other thing too is I have a ton of other things going on in my life. I have engagements with my daughter. Like today, my daughter's here. I'm banging out this one flight and I'm done. Monday, not such a big deal because Mondays she's with her mom. I'm doing my thing on Mondays. I have a long time to stream on Mondays. So if we did a long haul, that would be the day you'd see it. Tuesday, I don't typically have my daughter, but I have she's got a track meet, so I will be here. Tuesday's normally my long stream day, and Tuesday's normally my long stream day, but Tuesday I gotta be out of here by 3-ish, so it'll be a little bit shorter. Wednesdays and Thursdays, I only have maybe 3 hours in the middle of the day because I have to get her from school. I got to take her to school. I got to get her from school. So I don't have time to be doing any of the long haul stuff. So I like to be able to work in, hour and a half flights and actually be able to get streams in and flights in and have a good time with it. The nights are, if I want to do even off stream, like this flight would be tough for me to do off stream because of its duration. Like I got things going on. I got to run her around. I'm doing, believe it or not, I am pretty busy. But welcome in everybody. Happy Sunday if you're on this side of the pond. Happy Monday and start of the work week if you are on the other side of the pond. And the pond, I mean the Pacific Ocean, not the Atlantic. It's still, it's probably still Sunday night in Europe. I am going to need some more coffee here shortly. And perhaps a nice bowl of pulled pork. We got some time. We are still over the Med. Polito, what's going on? You bought the plane. It's really fantastic, doing some IVAO tours with it, and it's really nice, man. I'm glad to see that. Glad to hear that. I'm enjoying, I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're halfway over the Mediterranean Sea. We're really right at the southern tip of the boot of Italy. I mean, we're off by probably about 100 miles from the boot of Italy, but we are pretty much directly dead set in the center of the Mediterranean Sea, flying from Tripoli to Istanbul. 1945 in Germany. Not a good year. Not a good year to be in Germany, kitten. But yes, 1945 hours. Thanks for that. Almost 8 o'clock then, huh? All right. So I am definitely puzzled by that. I'm actually going to look it up right now and see what the heck is going on. Did a search. Issue is likely with how you've configured your vertical scene or the plugin. Check backtrack is always on, huh? Toledo, where you been flying it, man? You said your IVAO tours. Which plane are you, did you buy the Kodiak or did you buy the A300? I remember you coming in and asking about that, but I could see you doing the IVAO tours on the, in the Kodiak as well. Just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Backtrack while streaming. That is correct. I'm going to go with virtual camera main. Switch it back to vertical. Settings. Uh, 1080 by 19. Maddie, I think I just fixed it. It was a resolution. I knew it was a resolution error or a resolution issue. I knew it. I'm a soul man. Yeah. All right. let's see. I'm gonna fire it up again. Maddie Lynn with another gifted sub to Casey Wood. Thank you very much, Maddie. You are the man. I am going to attempt to upload those two emojis, or an emoji, an additional emoji, in 1 second. I think I got the vertical stream squared away. I think. Thanks again, Maddie. Appreciate you. All right, vertical, reuse, and I think we're just going to restart this whole thing here. This will be good. I can stop messing with this now. Monetization. Customization. I just want to make sure the visibility is public. I'm going to go ahead and click done. And then we are going to fire up this stream. I am also... to fix the docs. Custom drop docs. Vertical stats. Paste. And I knew we'd get this fixed, guys. I knew we would get it fixed. Vertical chat. But not least, yeah, it would be nice if the gifted Maddie, and I know that you've gifted quite a few now, several, and it would be nice if you could actually select who you were gifting things to. I really wish they would change that up. Give you the option. I can't, like I said, I can't even gift a sub, like, and make sure that, like, if I wanted to gift you a free month, I can't do that. I can't gift you a free month. Like, it's just crazy to me. You can on the purple site, but you cannot on the red one. Yes, you can. You're not wrong. All right, I'm almost done with this jacking around, guys. We'll go get a cup of coffee here. All right, let's give it a whirl. Maddie, I'm awaiting your input. What the hell? What in the Sam Hill? Now you're the man. Casey Wood. I don't know who it is. I don't know that they've been in, but also the thing is like a lot of like I've had a couple of times where the hang on a second. Download. I've had it where the names don't match their YouTube names too, where things change up like that. You know, a lot of lag on my streaming computer today. It's still jacked. Oh, man. I see land. Land ho. That's Greece. They accept butter in Greece. We can try to airdrop some. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Is still jacked up. Might have to kick out another stream key for that.
Mongol Niner 21, Brindisi radar. Contact Athens on 127.725.
Over to Athens radar 127725 for Mongol 921. Yeah, no, I saw it, Maddie. It's ridiculous. 127725. Thank you. Athens Mongol 921 is maintaining flight level 330.
Identified. Good afternoon.
Alright guys, we just had a, we're just going through, I'm going to fix it, Maddie, and then we'll try it again. I do have the resolution set on the, correctly on the vertical side of things in OBS, which is half the battle. and then the other half is now going to be getting the feed squared away. So I will be right back. I'm going to go grab some coffee, make sure my daughter's good, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to let Otto take over. All right. We're back. Flag out. We get any calls? Thought I left you guys in this view. Crossing into Greece. All right. I'm going to generate one more stream key here. Doing a little stream bug troubleshooting, guys. We're just during the stream. This is a little Sunday test stream with a real flight, and I'm just trying to iron out some silliness. There was no audio. I heard it, Maddie. You didn't hear it? Sconcy, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Just crossing over Greece right now. Working out, trying to work out a couple of bugs out with my vertical stream over on the red site. Visibility public 110 over here, and I'm going to kick out another vertical stream key. I heard it come through. Quiet evening at home, thinking of flying a short haul too. We'll see. Nice, man. Nice. I still have your suggested flight, and I want to do your suggested flight. I will be doing that at some point, possibly this week. Yeah. This in here. Vertical output settings, primary. That is the right one. Yeah. I appreciate that flight suggestion, man. That's very comprehensive. I like the story behind it. I like the whole thing. So. Pretty cool. Maddie, I'm gonna resend that just to see. And then Trauma just redeemed a hydrate right now. Did you get that, Maddie? Appreciate the hydrate redemption there, Trauma. It did show a stream alert going through, Maddie. Definitely let me know if it came through on your end or not. Yeah, no problem. Anything you have like that, Sconce. Very, I'm all in. It might take me a little bit to get to it, but I definitely would like to do it. How's your day, man? Just chill day at home, you said? Quiet evening, thinking of doing a short haul? Where are you thinking of flying? Yeah, we just crossed into Greece. We are getting ready to fly over the top of Ioannina? Not that we could see it through the clouds. Heard that one. Gift probably went to ad. You shouldn't have been in ads at all if you were gifted. If you're a member, I don't think you get ads at all, do you? You still get ads, Maddie? Maybe YouTube Premium is that might be. You might need to have YouTube Premium to have ad free. Still got a good clip. We are a little over halfway through the flight here. Like that channel. Yeah. Definitely. Cool. I appreciate all your activity in there too. Perhaps just a local German Eurowings flight. Yeah. Nice. I'm actually thinking about, because this for a pilot's life for our pilot's life career mode, I'm actually thinking about purchasing the A320, the Phoenix A320, and starting to do some passenger runs while I build up some, just because they tend to be shorter hops. I'm tempted to move on, and whether I go, I was kind of holding out to see what I was going to do with the 777 or the either the 777 or if the 737 MAX was coming to 24. I was kind of back and forth on where I was going next. I can now afford the A320 series of aircraft for sure. Got a little turbulence up here. I can definitely afford the A320, but the problem is I might have to grind a little bit to get our either the 777 or the 350, depending on which way I want to go with it. So I don't know. The 319, 320 fly short routes all over EU. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've not ever flown the 319. I have flown the 320 and the 321. The problem is that the Phoenix 320s that I do fly tend to get a little laggy in 24. So eventually, Sconce, I want to go over to the US because I do want to incorporate VATSIM again. I do want to fly some VATSIM stuff, so I'm going to be. And I like to fly real weather, real time, and the U.S. obviously would sync up to my my real weather, real time a little bit better. But I'm not opposed to Europe. It's just, that's just where I started in APL. Those are the jobs that I took. So loves the 319, nice. Of course, it's something would have went wrong during the stream. Yeah, exactly. 319 slippery due to the smaller size. Yeah, nice. I could imagine that'd be it's probably like a pistol. Smaller pistols aren't necessarily better. Very floaty. So, now that we've got that squared away, I'm going to attempt to get our output setting should be good for that. General, vertical. So I've been trying to troubleshoot our vertical stream is what I've been up to, but speed brake management, speed management is very key. Nice. Okay, cool. Jostling up here. Seatbelt signs should be on for this cargo. I hope the cargo stays seated back there. The packages. we're flying from Libya. I never would have ever had a reason to fly in Libya other than a pilot's life. So I'm thankful for that. Like that a pilot's life gives you a reason to go to, like, you know, places that you wouldn't normally go to. I don't think I would ever have flown to Libya, to be perfectly honest. Streaming. Use OBS, main OBS settings. 1080 by 1920. Those are all set. Streaming should be good. This stream key. All right, Maddie, I'm going to try it again. The vertical.
Mongol 9021, Athens, contact Macedonia on 126.525.
Over to Macedonia, 126525 for Mongol 9021. It's still not working. It is still a horizontal stream over there. Macedonia, Mongol 9021 is maintaining flight level 330.
Mongol 9021, Macedonia identified. KSS.
KSS. Not working. Macedonia is a beautiful country. We visited there about a month ago. Nice. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check with that off stream. I'm not really 100% sure what's going on and why it's feeding a horizontal stream to a vertical platform or a vertical area. I've done pretty much maxed out what I could in flight here and while streaming, and I'm worried that if I mess with OBS too much, that it's going to jack up the stream that is really going on for the two platforms that are actually doing very well. So I think we're just going to relegate the fact that just going to settle into the fact that the vertical stream is not going to happen today, and we'll go from there. Are we in icing range here? No. So unfortunately, that is what we're going to have to do. pulling up. Trauma got a stretch into. I had a cheese stick for lunch so far. Probably gonna do some pulled pork. There's some chicken in there. I might do chicken. Got my daughter a coffee. She's good. She's got breakfast. Lunch. It's 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon now. So like I said, we have one flight. This flight is what I really wanted to get done today on stream. And then I'll probably fly that Gatwick flight off stream today or tonight. That's going to be like a 3.5 hour flight, almost 4 hour flight. So, and then that may wrap up our M&B cargo airlines. It's going to be a very short career in a pilot's life, but some of the flights are just way too long. So. Again, if I was just worried about grinding through a pilot's life, I mean, I would keep this job and continue to gain flight hours and money for flying the longer flights. But for streaming purposes, it's just the flights are a little too long for me. I like the 1.5, 2 hour jumps, so I can do a couple of those in my long stream days, and that's what I'm going to shoot for. It's got something to do with that. Oh yeah. Let me go double check that, Maddie. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. I'm getting wrapped up in this vertical, trying to fix this vertical stream thing. But yeah, I'll go see if I can get those uploaded. It said 1, so hopefully, as long as we didn't lose anybody in the meantime between those 2 or 3 days. All right. The recording is recording vertical. But so weird. Weird as hell.
Mongol 921. Expect the Dram 1 Alpha arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes.
Alright, Dram 1 arrival and descent in 20 minutes for Mongol 921. We actually cruised through this. I actually got to get this descent squared away. Where do I have these? Let me see if I can get these uploaded. It's going to take it. They probably will not be available today, Maddie. They do have to go through an approval process, and I'm not 100% sure how long it's going to take, but I can try to upload them right now. See all members. Let's see what we can do here. Hopefully they will be. Those are in levels. I gotta update my intro video too. Emojis. Ha, says I need one more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maddie, you don't have to be you don't have to chase that, bro. Like, it still says I need one more, and if as the gifted ones fall off, you know, they're gonna fall off. So it's not. I don't want you chasing that all the time, and I honestly don't know. I'm assuming if you get it once, that it'll be there once you upload them, regardless of how many members stick around or not. But yeah, it's saying one more, so I'm assuming somebody else dropped off, and. Yeah, so I could also pull out this rip and put in the oh boy. Let me replace that. See if I can. I gotta get my landing info squared away here. We are gonna hit this. We're probably gonna be, because these things are. We're basically going direct. We don't really have an arrival set up in here because the star is not, it's not correct. So, Brian, can you brief the approach, please?
Be arriving in Istanbul on runway 35 right using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the Dram 1 Alpha arrival. Transition level is 125 feet. After the star, we'll intercept the ILS to runway 35 right. Weather at arrival shows winds 060 at 23 knots. Scattered clouds at 2500
23
feet.
knots of
No
wind.
significant
Wow.
weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the
This guy
published
says
missed
no
approach
significant
procedure.
weather expected
Squawk
after he
code
just tells me the
remains
winds are...
4434, and approach frequency
No,
will be
Maddie, we already got the
118.905.
Istanbul,
We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
Yeah, we already got the Istanbul arrival, and and we already got the country as well. So we will get a in Elevatex. We will get the country. This is our first flight in Elevatex, so we will get the country here. I don't know. I don't think they have any achievements set up in Elevatex yet. So, but yeah, this is our first flight in Elevatex. So, look at this arrival is so wacky. You know, this crazy arrival here to come in, but again, like I said, that's not what, when we do this, that's not what when I put in this star, that's not what we get. Rom 1, but they do not have us coming in on that. It's and then it says not allowed. Not allowed. Very perplexed on this. It does say 35 right set up there. Yeah, I think we are probably going to have to wing this approach. I've also attempted to put in like I've attempted to put in a couple of different, yeah, I mean, I can look, the problem is, I had this problem, Sconce, the other day. I had a couple of things where it would not, it's essentially, it's sending me, the approach points in the sim are in another hemisphere. Like it literally, I fly the approach, and then when I get to the FM 406, 40740, they're all in a different hemisphere, and they show like 2,800 miles away. I had a hell of a time trying to land this thing the other day here, and so I was hoping to just do a regular approach and not really worry about it. But like a lot of these approaches, Istanbul's got some wacky stuff going on. I'm gonna try the Dram. I'll try the Dram 1C, but something tells me it's. I remember you had an issue the other day as well. Which star did they assign you for? They gave me Dram 1 Alpha right now. and then I'm trying to do the ILS 35 right, but it's not even showing up here. I really think the IRIC, the update for the nav updates jacked up the 300 for some reason. I mean, it's not making much sense. Yeah, I hope they fix that, because I mean, is it like that for all of them, Kit, you know? Because I can't even, like, select the runway coming in on 34 left, 34 left. Like, I can't even select the right aircraft, the right. Not allowed. I got a crosswind of 21 knots. I got a crosswind of 21 knots and 9 knots coming down the runway. Select none for star. I tried that. None, and then insert, and then but when I come down here, my runways, it won't let me put in the runways that it'll just say not allowed. So I have the star, none selected, insert. And then unless, I mean, I could try going ILS 16, 16, but they're gonna, obviously that, I'm gonna have to shut off ATC because they're gonna be whining at me the whole time. 16 left. I can go 16, see if 16 left will do anything for us, but. Very funky for all. Not selecting the approach is A300. Select none for star. At least it didn't WASM me when it refused to take the approach. See if you can just load the approach. That's what I thought too, Sconce. I tried to do that the other day, and it wouldn't even, like, when I wanted my approach fix, I put in the approach fix direct to, and it wouldn't even take it. It was like, nah. When I put in direct to EW, like the initial approach fix is EWREQ, and it was sending me like way the hell away. So it was literally sending me like 2,900 nautical miles to the south or something like that. So what I'm going to do is to put in here, we go to Dramo, and then I'm going to try to put a waypoint in for so if I want a new waypoint, I'm going to put in EWREQ. And if I place that in here, your nav data is corrupted. I would delete the WASM folder and then reinstall ARAC. Where's the WASM folder at, Sconce? I'll definitely do that. If delete WASM folder. And then reinstall. How do you? And then the IREC is just basically from right through Navigraph Hub or whatever it is. I'll just put EWREQ. Okay, gotcha. And I'm going to slide this in here. Boom. And then, so it's giving me a new waypoint. And then it's asking me the latitude and longitude. A300 WASM folder is an app data folder, same place where community folder is. Okay. I'm going to do that right after this flight. So yeah, I don't, like I said, and then to get the nav points from here, just, I mean, so you could see what I'm seeing. So this nav point right here, these coordinates right here don't make any sense to what I have to put in right there. I don't know what those coordinates would be. It's 40 degrees, 58 feet, 33.9 inches north. And like none of those coordinate with what needs to go in there. So I don't know what new waypoint I would plug in there, even if I did do that. So I will try to delete that WASM. I'll delete that WASM folder and reinstall, and I'll see how see if it works. Hopefully it does, because it's the same thing.
921, cleared Dram 1 Alpha, arrival into Istanbul. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend flight level 240.
Descend flight level 240 for Mongol 921. Cleared the Dram 1 Alpha arrival into Istanbul. I'm likely going to have to shut off ATC because it's not going to make any sense anyway.
Dram 1 Alpha arrival and descent FL 240 approved.
So what I'm going to do, 35 right is our runway. So I'm going to go ahead and put in our localizers 109.55. No, I don't want the localizer. I want ILS 35 right. Fine. I'll definitely do that and give it a shot because I do want to get this other flight done anyway. So 109.55. Yeah, the fact that I mean, don't get me wrong. The off stream, I was able to land this thing, and it was not pretty, but it actually worked.
Mongol 921, descend flight level 150.
Descend flight level 150 from Mongol 921. But again, this thing's taking us right to the airport, like literally right to the airport. I'm hoping we'll be able to do a visual and just land, but I'm sure you are, cross-eyed Hawks Girl. How's it going? Let's get your nav data installed fresh, and by clearing WASM folder. Should I do that right now in flight sconce or not? Not right now. Does it matter? I mean, I'm assuming that would cause a WASM crash, no? Yeah. That's exactly what. Went from a 56 to a 74. Nice. Very nice. Well done. Why are we not descending? There we go. So, I think I'm going to just fly over as close to the localizer as I can. That's my point here, is to fly directly to the localizer, and then we'll make a hopefully be able to grab the localizer, assuming that is working in the aircraft, and we'll go from there. We have 100 miles until the approach turn. I think I'm going to come off by a little bit. So I'm not going to go direct the airport. Yeah, gotcha. You read my son, what you've said in Discord. He said to tell you thanks for your tips and support, and that he wants to fly any wide body. Nice. It is windy as hell, or I would come around and fly the other. I would come in and fly the other approaches, but it is very windy. Right now we have winds in Istanbul, 60 degrees at 23 knots, which is a complete crosswind. Only airport, or the only runways at Istanbul are north-south runways. Is there an arrival ATIS? Let's listen. Is it a TWA? Yeah, it kind of is. It is almost like a Twin Falls approach. You're not wrong on that. Let's go VHF2 over here, and we'll tune in ATIS on COM 2. 119, nope. 119-925. Information Yankee. Broken at 2500, temperature 10, dew point 5, QNH 1025, density altitude minus 200, transition level 12.5, arriving and departing runways, expect 5 left, and I don't think this is the right, that's not the right one. That's not the right airport. My bad. I can't believe they only land north and south in Istanbul. Like, there's literally no runways that are east-west. It's interesting. Runway 34 left. create a custom waypoint to set you up on approach without coordinates. I mean, we're getting to the point here where we're gonna have to do that very fast. How do you do that? I mean, right now I'm flying. I'm gonna just fly at 090 until basically I make a hard right turn into the. My plan is to, you know, kind of angle myself in to capture the localizers. That's kind of what my goal is here. Go to where I create waypoint. That's here. I don't know where that is, to be honest with you. New waypoint. I think we're good. Oh, I mean, it's in. Of course, our airport's over there in the clouds, which is exactly what it was when I landed there the last time. Oh, I have navigaph on.
We are.
Sorry.
Mongol 9021, contact Yesokoy approach on 118.905.
Over to Yesokoy approach 118.905 for Mongol 921. Yesokoy approach Mongol 9021 is descending through 15,000 for 15,000. Yeah, see, we're getting...
Mongol 9021 heavy. Yesokoy approach identified. Good evening. Expect the ILS X-ray runway 35 right approach into Istanbul.
Thank you. I'm expecting to hopefully just land. That's what I'd like to do. Hopefully she clears us down a little further. At this point, I should probably just shut off ATC, because it's not really going to matter. I also need to put in the landing elevation. I don't believe I did that. 310. Done. All right. So here's my waypoint. I'm assuming new waypoint is here. So my new waypoint that we would attempt to put in the initial approach fix is EWREQ. Yeah, so even putting EWREQ in there will not, it won't even put a line to that waypoint at all. All right. Let me, we need to intercept that at 5,000 feet. I am going to go down to 5,000. I am probably just going to disregard everything SayIntentions says. Go to reference, GPS, okay. Do we do aids, and then defined waypoints? Defined waypoints. Okay. Ident EWREQ. PBD? What? PBD? Place, no, I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. I have no idea. This is like we're getting ready to be on final here, and I'm all ears when you want to teach me that. You know, in the I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that right now. I think I'm hoping that I have a solid pseudo plan. Runways 35 right. Okay. I'm in on the trick, man. I'm all up for tricks. I love tricks. My plan was to go basically, this is what I'm doing, Sconson. You tell me if I'm crazy, but I'm basically flying over here, and then about right here, I was going to turn in towards EWREQ on a heading select, and then I was going to fly the approach course 353 for runway 36 right until the localizer got it. That's basically what my thought process was. You tell me if you have a better way, I'm all in. But type in LTFM. Okay, where am I typing that? Just in the MCDU. Place an outbound waypoint 10 ILS on it. Okay. Where am I typing that at? Just in here? All right, just anywhere in the scratch pad. So I'm typing in LTFM, LTFM, 35 right, 35 right, /173, /10, you said? LTFM 35 right, 17310. Oh, in defined waypoints. LTFM 35 right /173 /10. And where do I put that? Here? Store. Can I go direct there now? Bruh. Put it in the bottom row, yes. And then now what do I do? Defined waypoint 1 is there. So I can go direct to that same waypoint now without losing that? EWREQ is now 10 miles, so EWREQ direct. EWREQ direct. Still not wanting to do it. I think the whole damn thing's just borked. Speaking of borked, we just borked our landing lights at 10,000. Yeah. I appreciate the help, man. I really do. That's a great trick. I had no idea that that was actually a thing. That's a great trick. I don't even know if the ILS is going to work because the ILS did not work the other day for me. properly explain this, you can select the place, bearing, and distance. We call it PBD points to take the runway plus its bearing and how far away you want the waypoint. Oh, cool. I like it. All right. So you could set that up for any airport then. It is windy as hell. This is silly. Well, we got the localizer for somewhere. I got a DME at 24 miles, so I think we're nice. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that, man. You the man. Alright, ILS is on. Land armed. I think I'm going to come down to flaps 1 here. Glide. We're on glide. We're certainly not on the path of the runway though, so I don't really know what the hell. There's our runway right there. So we're good for a visual if we can't get this. But we are on the, I think we're on it. We're on the glide slope. This approach is going to be interesting. You're telling me. This is definitely by far the windiest approach that I've had. Plan was to bring you exactly then 10 miles out the VOR, exactly on the runway center line. Thanks, Constance. Yeah, the nav data, you know, and again, I love this plane, and I don't know, like, I just started flying it not long ago, so it's, you know, I've been trying to learn as much as I can, but some of this stuff, my ineptitude also, it's like, yeah, like right now we are way off. It's, you know, the runway's over here, so I'm hoping that it's going to turn us here shortly. Yeah, I'll definitely give that a whirl. This is unfortunately going to be my only flight today, but I will definitely refresh that for my flight to Gatwick and see how it works. I didn't even know that was an option of going into app data. All right, we're good. I think we're on the localizer. I think we're okay. I mean, we are on the localizer. I was just hoping it would turn us the right way. This thing was an absolute, when I landed at Istanbul the last time, it was an absolute slideshow when I was on my final approach. It was brutal. DME is 13.2. All right, let's see how we do here. Nobody wants to hear their pilot say that, by the way, Sconce. If you plan on saying that in real life, it's probably nobody wants to hear that. I'm going to go over to tower here. Yasukoi Tower, Mongol 9021 is established on the localizer on a 10-mile final, runway 35 right. Maybe we get our ATC back.
Mongol 921 heavy, Yasilkoi Tower, winds 050 at 21. Runway 35 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 35 right for Mongol 921, 147. Gears down, 3 green, spoilers are set. Go low on the auto brakes, more flaps 3. We'll go flaps, full flaps here in a second. Yeah. They're just sitting there like chilling. They're gonna see how it goes. They're riding it out. All right, let's get situated here. We're gonna be exiting left. Here are flaps full, spoilers are down, our spoilers are armed. Auto brake is set. Nose wheel is set. All of our landing stuff is configured. I think we're good. I am definitely letting the autopilot fly this down a little bit before we get way off course. Plane isn't even facing the runway. All right, hi aircraft. Stutterfest. This is the way it was the other day. Terrible. Auto throttle off. Floaty. Knots. 60 knots. Thanks, Scots. Appreciate that coming from a real pilot. I really appreciate that. That is by far the heaviest crosswind I have ever seen and I've ever messed with. Manual brakes. 40. Flare a tiny bit later. Okay. I think my landing rate manager gave me a 285, but okay, very good. The way I understood it was float at 30. At 30, you flare, no? Or did I flare too much at 30 and that was the problem? We completely lost ATC, so they didn't welcome us in. We're just taxiing. I see you're not a friend of the Central Mine. Life, I'm still waiting to catch a stream where you're flying and I can come in and see how it's done, man. That's really what I'm waiting on. If you want to fire up a flight sim stream, and I want you to jump in. I want you to, let me know in Discord, and I want to jump in and come hang out and watch you land on all these center lines. General between 20 and 30 wind and weight places a role. Gotcha. Plays a role. Gotcha. Yeah, we lost ATC. I don't know where they went. But we lost nav data. We lost all sorts of things. I'm happy to be on the ground. We good. That was our first flight in Levatex. That was our second time flying into Istanbul at all. And we are... Yeah, I'm happy to be down. We have taxied now with the spoilers armed and the flaps down, which is probably going to ding us, and the landing lights on. I just wanted to take one last look at that compass. And strobe lights can come off, beacon, and APU can come on. Our weather radar can come off, and terrain, I had to put on the ND, we're good there, and the transponder can be set to standby. Cool. As if you could do any better. Yeah, no, I'm not above getting my chops busted by any means. So, feel free. It's just I always get a kick out of that. Streaming and then flying, streaming. Flying is one thing. Streaming is another thing. Flying and streaming is, it gets really, really silly trying to do all the things. And then when you have something where the nav data is completely broken and you're trying to get in, I'm just happy to be down. I really don't care if I'm on the runway that I'm not supposed to be on, to be honest with you. But again, with a 22 knot crosswind, the only operations are north-south runways with a 22 wind crosswind, flying it in from 4 or 5 miles out. I'm pretty damn happy with that. I'm really happy with that. If you were go take a look at some of my FS Economy Airbus flights, and you'll understand why. Well, welcome to Istanbul. Yeah, Istanbul's a little rough, man. Like it's rough on the frames. Yeah, it was. I'm actually again given the sim performance there. The sim didn't stabilize until I was at until I got my 50 call out. Freight can't complain anyway. Nice. That's why I like flying cargo. All right, off we go. We are heading to back down the ramp here, and we are heading to the MNG cargo apron, which is our next right. Past these gates, or past these cargo stands here. Okay. I have a feeling we did not do that great on the, probably did not do that great on the, a pilot's life grade sheet, but it's still very framey. Welcome to Istanbul, all. Well, we were just cruising. At like 25 knots, and I had to knock the engine down. Now we got the engine knocked down, and it doesn't want to move at all. I'm kind of curious to see what my frames are going to be in the A320. I may give, I think APL has a flight in South America for XP and pay. I think I may give that a whirl. UPS has a cargo area over here, huh? MNG right there. That's ours. It's out of his control with the sim having a seizure. Thanks, kid. Yeah, that's about right. It was pretty bad. $20 and $30, yes, wind and weight plays a role. Oh, between your 30 and 20 call out. I got you. Okay. That's what you were talking about. Yeah, I think we taxied with our landing lights on. We're probably going to get dinged here. This might be one of my worst grades in a pilot's life. But I was just happy to capture the localizer and get us down. We're parking at Kilo 09 for the unload. Yeah, we're offline, but we're calling it. Thank you, Maddie. Good call. Appreciate that. All right. Nose wheel off. Lights are off. All those are off. Let's go ahead and shut down engine number 1. Actually, engine 2, sorry. We will go ahead and put the plane on ground power. Shocks in. Disarm the doors.
This parking is isolated. Ground services are not
All right, well, that's what we got. Now they're saying we're isolated here. I got to remember that for next time. But all right, let's see how we did in our first flight in the Levitex. Levitex, our flight. I'll be honest with you, if you didn't know any better, we actually looked like we did okay. You know, obviously there would be waypoints in here with the arrival, but it's actually not. I'm not upset about that, to be honest with you. Guys, give me 2 seconds here. I'll be right back. Sorry, all that hydration is getting to me. Okay, 2 hour and 15-minute flight time. Actually, this is pretty cool. This is much more comprehensive than the than even landed at 7:15. Takeoff was at 4:59. Off blocks at 3:35. On blocks, and then you could set. You can actually have this set up for. I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah, none of those lines were in the sim at all. I basically had to make it up my own way. But I'm a fan, guys. A Levitex is the program here. It's in beta. They got a Discord, and I'm actually pretty nice. Minus 182 they gave me, which is pretty much right on with SimBrief. I think you can actually go in, and I believe that you can go in and look at the various. See, they don't show the touchdown zones here, so let's. There was a way before where you could go in and look at the maps and see where you, like the overlays and things. I think I'm within the touchdown zone. 115 knots, 1.07 Gs. I exited at a much better. The last flight I did into Istanbul, because it was such a mess, I think I landed down here, and I exited literally at the end. Landing performance, 182, 115, and G-forces were all right there. Punctual performance, it's got the arrival METAR is all there with the winds, 20 knots of crosswind. What I would like to do is see the here we go. Dark mode, day-night line, screenshots of weather radar. The only thing I would like what I would like to see from them is the a satellite image. I would like to see a satellite image. I don't see how to do that. Because you cannot see where the touchdown markers are right now in 11text. That would be a suggestion. And like I said, these guys are, the 11text is still in beta. And they are, I know they are because I talked to them. They are improving it constantly, and could use an in-game EFB. That's true. In-game EFB could definitely would be a good add-on. But yeah, so that's that, and that's again one of the reasons why I like to use a couple of different programs of these. Volanta is going to show what 11text did not. So we flew this route from there up to here, and then this is where I started putting I went manual heading mode, and we started flying heading mode, and then we got our localizer probably right around in here somewhere. So we come down here, and we will see. We were long. We were almost not there. But wind at 27 knots at touchdown, 50 degrees at 27 knots. This is a north-south runway. 90 degrees is here. 50 would be about right there. So the wind was 27 knots coming across our nose. Definitely not ideal. But again, there's no east-west runways. It is all north-south. There are six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 north-south runways and not a single east-west runway at this airport. That's crazy. But I'm taking it as a win. I don't care what you guys say. Wait a minute. The other thing I wanted to see. I thought I was somewhat center line. Was I not? Maybe I wasn't, but I don't know, man. Life, I'll take your ball busting, but I came in wonky as hell, but that's pretty center line. Gamer, what's going on? Gamer, my next flight, what do you, do an exclamation point Discord, Gamer, and put in your flight suggestions in the Discord channel. I usually have a plan for my flights when I'm flying. I usually have a plan for those and I usually can't change it up during the stream because I already have a plan for what I'm doing. Today we flew from Tripoli up to Istanbul, and our next flight is actually we don't even have time for another flight, but because this one was 2.5 hours. But definitely join the Discord. Exclamation point Discord will get you that link. And then you are more than welcome to suggest a flight in suggested flights, and I will attempt to work it into the mix on how we are going to be doing stuff. SayIntentions is probably way too late to look at this, but I'm going to look at it quickly anyway. Buttered it. I do not see us here. I think we got pushed out. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, the flight's over. We wrapped it up. We are sitting in Turkey right now. Landed with a crazy crosswind, but I do appreciate you stopping in and hanging out. The door's disarmed anyway, or the door popped anyway. I definitely disarmed that door. Silly. That thing just doesn't like me at all. All right, and then I did want to check out SayIntentions is done. I'm going to unload that flight, and then we're going to go into the logbook, landing rate manager, so you guys can take a look. 285, 2 hours and 15-minute flight. We went Libya to Turkey. We were actually on time. Unbelievable. And we, the other day, we had our turkey flag when we flew into here, so we don't get another one because we flew in already, so we had the turkey flag before. And our last but not least, our pilot's life flight plan. I'm really not looking forward to this. I can only imagine how bad this is. There's no way we passed. We were taxiing with lights on and stuff, but we got 100. I'll take it. 285. Landing details from a pilot's life show us right on the last marker to make it a legal landing. Wind direction 050 and the wind speed of 26. So yeah, we did float. We did float, but I'll take it. All right, let's submit it. And our next flight is up to Gatwick, London. Up here, I'm sorry, to is it London? No, I'm sorry, it's East Midlands in England. But I'm probably going to do that one. Did it do the slide because you didn't ask for the stairs? It shouldn't have. No, the slide is all usually a door disarming thing. I'm not really 100% sure why it did that. So yeah, that's our next flight. Our first flight was from here, like from here to there. This flight is that's almost double. So I'm gonna do that one off stream, and then that one is gonna settle up our schedule for our MNG cargo, and then I think I'm either gonna go back to Leipzig, or I may do something like crazy like Air Hong Kong if they have some shorter flights for this bird. But another move is I might take a look and see how the Phoenix is working in 24. For me, I know some people have been having some pretty nasty issues with it, or you know, we could attempt to maybe we pop back to FS economy for a little bit and see how it goes. So, all right, guys, I am going to wrap it up from here. I appreciate everybody hanging in there for all the sim hiccups and all of the navigation hiccups, all of the things, and then we even had some stream hiccups while I was working through some vertical stream stuff. So I'm going to wrap it up. I will be here tomorrow. I had to drop my daughter off at school, and I will be back, and we should be doing a long stream tomorrow as long as everything cooperates, and we will go from there. So you guys enjoy your night afternoon. Doozy, terrible timing, but welcome in, man. But yeah, I'm gonna run. We will see you guys tomorrow, and I'm gonna do this one more flight off stream, and then we're gonna see where they're gonna push us from here. I expect that we're probably gonna be leaving MNG cargo behind and moving on to something else. So, guys, enjoy your afternoon, enjoy your evening, your night, wherever you're at. And I will see you tomorrow. I'll be here. Peace. Maddie, thank you again for the gifted sub. Eric Flight, who followed on Kick. Eric Flight followed on YouTube. Maddie and the gifted sub to Casey Wood and Trauma. Thank you for popping in. Everybody else, thank you for hanging out. Mods, appreciate everybody who came in, and we will see you guys tomorrow.